Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Colleagues, I appreciate your indulgence for a minute. Those of y'all that have been around the block a few times here know that I don't take this well that much. Hey, man, come on now. If I take the well, it's because something's important to me, something struck me, or something's important to my constituents. And that's why I'm up here right now. I'm shooting from the hip, and I want to share what's on my mind and what's on my constituents' mind back home. And y'all have talked a little bit about it briefly today. Just this past week, and I've been doing this a while like some of y'all have, just this past week, I got bombarded by what I call real people. Those are the constituents that we represent back home. I'm not talking about the news media or the national kind of stuff or whatever agenda's going on. I got bombarded by real people who said, Nathan, what the hell are y'all doing up there? What the hell are y'all doing up there? And I've been asking myself the same question. You know, last week y'all heard it mentioned, we had a bill that would allow women, encourage women to go hunt in the woods. My gosh, y'all, last year we would have passed that in 30 freaking seconds. Go do it, no big deal. But instead, it became some woke issue that we had to talk about. And you know what? I had to tell people, because I'm catching grief for some little amendment that was up there because of how I voted. And I had to tell people, y'all, here's the deal. If you want to talk about men competing in women's sports, let's have that debate. Let's have that conversation. But if you want to talk about what is a woman and going in the woods to hunting, that ain't the time or place. I think that's BS, what we had to put each other through. And then the hate crimes bill. Y'all, I don't need to remind y'all what happened in Charleston. I mean, that we degraded the memories of those people in the debate with the little BS stuff that we had to put up with. And I'm seeing it again. And you know what? Here's the deal. Let's have a serious debate. We're having a serious debate here. This is economic incentives. I got you. That's serious. Let's talk about it. If you want to choose who on the team is going to go up and speak and prepare remarks, that's fine. But my advice, take it or leave it, is come up here when you care about something and speak passionately about it. Don't have some script and then sit down. I don't care if you take questions or not. That's your prerogative. I might go sit down myself because we've talked about this long enough. But just be real to those people that you see out on the ball fields, at church, your Rotary, at the grocery store, people out there that are trying to make a better living for their family and for our state. They don't care about whatever this national stuff's going on. I always joke with people, a lot of my colleagues get elected and they think, you know, they're a little bit more important than what they really are. You know, they like to think, hey, I could do stuff. Federal funds, yeah, I can stop that. That's what I do. No, you're an elected official here in the state. And one thing I learned early on, and you don't have to agree with this, you know, I'm just getting this off my chest, frankly, but I wish somebody would have told me this years ago. There are about 40 or 50,000 people that can vote for you, but each of us is elected to represent the state. And some of y'all remember Bessie Moody Lawrence, and I've already kind of ruined the end of where I'm going to go with this example, but a House member was up here talking one day, and I turned to my desk mate at that time was Nikki Haley. And I said, Nikki, I don't even understand the words coming out of the mouth of that representative. And she said, well, Nathan, you're white, she's black. You're young, she's old. You're from a city area, she's not. You're a Republican, she's a Democrat. And that's when I learned that we all represent people differently back home. So if your people want you to define a woman going hunting, I got it. I just don't know if you're talking to your real people. Now, I want to talk about the budget that we're getting to, and I'm going to tie it back, Mr. Speaker, to this bill that we're on here. But it goes hand in hand. This is some serious stuff. This is why we were sent here. You were sent to pass a budget for the state. And I can tell you right now, there's tons of stuff in the budget that I may or may not like. But our job is to figure it out and work together and do the best thing we can. I've been here 18 years. I don't think I've ever voted for a perfect bill. I don't think I've ever voted for a bill that I liked all the way. Something is going to be in there that you don't like, but you work together. You find solutions. You just don't pontificate and get up and try to score points or try to take digs at other people. And I'll give you an example with the budget. Y'all got something on your desk today. I didn't like earmarks back in the day. I didn't like hidden earmarks. Well, you know what? A lot of y'all have asked me, what's this sheet? Well, we don't have any hidden earmarks in the budget. We don't have any earmarks in the budget yet. We probably will eventually. That's how the process works. But I'm sharing that to let you know I was against that. And I worked with others so we can have that. I worked with others, Republicans and Democrats, and not everybody liked it. But we're going to sit here all day. I know those y'all veterans been giving me a hard time. We're going to be voting on every section of the budget. That was a policy thing that my constituents thought was important to them. So I came here. I didn't just wail away and try to make people look bad. I figured out a way to get it done. And we got it done. Now, here's what I'll tell you on this economic incentive vote right here. got no problem. I could care less if you're my friend and you vote for it, against it, whatever. But don't be hypocritical, okay? And let me tell you what I mean by that. I'm not a hypocrite when it comes to earmarks. You're going to see my name on some things, and I will gladly come to the well and defend those, and y'all can take it or leave it, whatever, but I will do my job as a representative. So I'm not hypocritical there. But I don't want y'all to be hypocritical either when you take this vote. So I looked last week at a couple people that had voted red up there on that board. And again, that's everybody's right. But don't be a hypocrite. Don't get up here and preach how the government can't pick winners or losers. Don't pick we can't give taxpayer money to this group or that group or this company or that company or the federal money we spend too much. Don't say that if your own household is getting federal money. Don't say that if you took Biden bucks or you took inflation stuff for these PPP loans and things, which I don't think people paid back. Okay? You took. You did not give. We've got a number 7 company in the world coming to give to the Midlands. You damn right I'm voting for that. Do I agree with everything in there? No. But you know what? I'm going to work together. Democrats, Republicans, other people who want to come on board or whatever your role or title is here, let's do it because we're here to move our state forward, and I think this bill will do it. Please don't be a hypocrite. If you vote red, I hope you didn't take any federal money yourself. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mr. Valentine. Guys, let me say the rules are, and we got to evenly apply it. We don't have choruses out here. We don't amen, and we don't clap. And you can shake your head all you want, Mr. Well, you talk to the clerk. If you want to change the rules, you change the rules, mister. You're booing me. You're out of order. Mr. Sergeant, throw them out.